Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and has to do with the person on your mind. Fire signs, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to you for private readings. I will never solicit to you for private readings. I do offer private readings, and information about that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, but you would be contacting me first through those links. So thank you so much. Fire signs, I'm going to be doing your reading with the Wild Unknown Tarot for your spread, and to get an overall energy of the person on your mind, I'm going to use the Divine Animals Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Seems to be like a theme that I'm using her cards now, but I'm just like, I'm really in the mood for her cards. They're so visually appealing, they're very vibrant, they're very high quality, they're photorealistic and fantastical all at the same time. So the cards have been pre-shuffled, but I'm just going to give them one more go. I have the candles burning here. Palo Santo, clearing your energy before we start. Well, okay. For the overall energy, we got the snake energy, and the word above it is creation, which is pretty amazing. The number is 43. 43 reduces to a 7, which is the Chariot card, Cancer energy, in the major arcana of the tarot. I have a very close connection with the number 7 and with the snake card, as it is the year that I was born in the Chinese zodiac. So it's funny, snakes came up in conversation at work today. Just that conversation involved snakes thinking that they have found a beautiful kind of resting place, like a place to rest, and then the temperature drops dramatically and they're caught off guard and they don't make it. So there's something to that. There's some relevance there, that where you have you been put into a situation with the person on your mind, where you don't think you guys are going to make it, or you came in under false pretenses. Does it have you kind of trapped and bound, or not knowing which way is left, which way is right? This, it's so funny. It's golden heart. Fire signs, I don't know, I feel like I might be included. I have a fire sign rising, so that might be interesting to see how this reading plays out. But the golden heart is significant too. It's an anatomical heart. So, when I think of the anatomical heart, it led me down a different path just now, which was that beating heart, and that heart beating faster and faster and faster. Almost like a slightly panic state, at the very least an anxious state. So have you been feeling some anxiety, or perhaps is it simply a matter of when you see this person, does your heart start to beat? I don't know what in what context that could be. If you see them and they excite you, or you see them and they make you anxious in a bad way, like in a way where they stress you out, or you're afraid of what they're going to say, or you're afraid of what you're going to say. There's a lot of, thank you, Spirit. So, okay, that must resonate for somebody. I'm also, there's so much going on in this card. It's the root system here, and then through the anatomical heart, there's growth, right? There's creation and growth. So it's just like a plant, a very robust plant that can grow through things. It can grow through buildings. I'm thinking of, there's a very famous photograph of a tree that grew right through the signpost, a stop signpost. It like grew right through the holder and then like out the top. It's just like amazing how a plant will find its way to the light. So take that as it resonates. This is the person on your mind for the fire signs. Person on your mind for the fire signs. Okay. I love this Wild Unknown Tarot deck. I think soon I'll probably use Kim Kranz's Oracle decks on the channel as well. You know, one extra card came out, so I'm going to take it. It's 4 cards for the base spread, 4 cards for clarifier. The first 6 cards I'm just going to use as an overall general reading. It's a slightly shorter reading today. And then the last cards are going to be advice from Spirit. This is the card that popped out that was extra. So there is something relevant here, right? Like I just started talking about trees. In the Moon card, which is the Major Arcana, and it's Major Arcana 18, and it represents Pisces or Cancer, but mainly Pisces in the tarot. We can see here that instead of reaching up to the sun, they're reaching up to the moon. So it's almost like the person on your mind, they may be a Pisces, they may be a water sign, but there's mystery, right? The moon is, we just came out of the blue moon energy. The moon is mysterious, and it's so sacred, especially in kind of witch circles and kind of pagan rituals and spell casting and things like that. It's mysterious and it's powerful in its illumination, you know. And it's very funny, I didn't actually get to see the blue moon on the night of the blue moon. I was already inside and doing some work and just didn't get a chance to go out and see it, which I regret now. But last night, which is the day after, I was in my living room and I saw the light cast on the carpet on the floor, and I knew where that light source was, and it was from the moon. Moonlight is so different. The light from the moon is so it's a cool light. It's not like a street lamp. It's just this coolness but it's so vibrant at the same time. I don't know why I have to say all this to you, but it's just something that is channeling. So there's a robustness here, but there's this person that you're thinking of. They're kind of, you know, you're kind of having to navigate the forest by moonlight. Not the ideal situation. So are you having to navigate this person on your mind with some trepidation or caution, or not a full picture of what they are, who they are, what they represent, right? The first 3 cards I'm going to pull out here, I just want to draw your attention. Here's another moon, but you have the 2 of Wands in the reverse, the 5 of Wands in the upright, and the 4 of Cups in the upright. So all together, we're going to, hold on, let me just look at them for 1 second. It's almost like you're in the woods and like these branches have just been like thrown up willy-nilly into the air into kind of chaotic state, but these 2 branches are almost like they're lining a pathway, you know, or they're supposed to be lining a very clear pathway. Like it's almost like this, right? So it's this like pathway for you to follow forward. The 2 of Wands, this is your energy, fire energy. The 2 of Wands represents kind of having to, you know, make a decision between 2 points and acting on those decisions, but there's so much possibility as to, you know, which one is the right decision, to which I would say, you know, you could go left or you could go right. One way is the right way and one way is a learning experience. And we can't know what that way is until we start walking, or we start moving, or we start acting. We can't know until we do it. And, you know, I don't see any, there's actually a lot of fire energy in this reading, which makes sense. I don't see a lot of air energy at all. There's no, it's like being stuck up in our head and deliberating, and it sounds like none of that. But there might be a little bit of frustration here. The Five of Wands talks about kind of a sparring with oneself or with others. There's a kind of inner battle, and, you know, maybe part of you is like, you know what, I'm just gonna, I don't know what they're all about, or I don't know what they want from me, or I don't know what I can offer them, so I'm just, maybe for right now, I feel kind of stuck. I'm not really sure. Things seem a little chaotic. I'm just gonna stay over here, because right now it's a little too mysterious, and there's a lot at stake in my heart space. There's so much at stake, and I don't really want to risk it. This is a card of like not putting oneself out there. It's a little bit of apathy in the Four of Cups. It's kind of like this idea that there's a cup that's here, a new cup that's here on offer for you, and you're just like, no, I think I'm going to stay with the tried and true. I think I'm going to play it safe, which I feel as though kind of sparked some eye rolling, because do fire signs play it safe, or do they just go? I feel like that sparked some eye rolling for somebody when I said play it safe. It was almost like a psh, psh. No. So I don't know how that resonates for one of you out there. These cards are clarified by the Six of Wands in the reverse. This is the Six of Wands in the upright. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse, which looks very similar to how it looks in the upright. And wasn't I just talking about the Chariot card? And here it is. Major Arcana number 7 in the tarot represents Cancer energy. You got it in reverse. So definitely you are not feeling like this is a gamble that's a safe gamble to take right now, because the Six of Wands, fire energy, that is the Seven of Wands. It still holds true. That is the Seven of Wands in the reverse. I think I said Six of Wands for a reason. So why did I say that? Oh, it was because the Six of Wands talks about victory. And so does the Chariot card. The Six of Wands, it represents the Chariot energy in the minor arcana. So whenever we see major arcana cards, it's Spirit has their hand in it, right? We have free will, and we have our ability to make decisions, but sometimes Spirit gives us a little helping hand, and I think right now Spirit's kind of saying, well, you're not totally unfounded with your hesitancy to move forward regarding this person on your mind, because the Ten of Pentacles, I'm sorry, why did I say that? It's not the 10, it's the 7. You know what I just realized? Spirit is very funny, because they just told me that I was an idiot, but in a loving way, in a spirit way, because you got 7, 7, 7, 7. That's insane. Seven, 7, 7, 7. Damn. gonna sit with that one for a minute. And they're all in reverse. Seven of Wands is a card of blocking, defensiveness. Seven of Pentacles in reverse is not wanting to make an investment anymore, or having had already made an investment. Like you invested into something, it didn't pan out. It's not going where you want it to go. It's frustrating. And now I'm hearing, you know, maybe Spirit was saving you from something that could have been potentially constricting. I don't know who this person is to you, but they're quite pronounced. This is no minor character in your life, whoever this is. That card just fell on the ground. I don't drop tarot cards very often, so it's significant. It's almost like it's almost like their higher self and your higher self are kind of in negotiations and talks right now of how we're going to navigate our earthly being. I just suddenly felt the need to organize my cards on the table, which I never do. I wanted to put them all in very neat rows. So there's something to that. It's just like, we're just going to organize ourselves so that we can have a very clear conversation, because things just don't seem like we're separated right now. Things don't seem really right. You know, maybe they're kind of like this and you're just like, no. So maybe the person on your mind is somebody who is somebody who you need space from. Okay, so what's advice from Spirit? Here we are with the Six of Wands and the Hermit, Major Arcana, Virgo energy, number 9. So Spirit's advice is you are correct in your feelings, and it's not, you may think it's mysterious. You may think this person is mysterious, or they have an agenda, and you know what, maybe they do, but you got to figure out what your agenda is. And in order to do that, to get that victory, Six of Wands is a victory. In order to do that, you really need to go within, right? Because as far as I'm concerned, in this reading, these two flames are the same. They look the same to me. To me, in this reading, they represent the same thing. And this would represent lighting a way for others. And this represents lighting the way for oneself. Lighting the way for oneself. Hermit card talks about retreating in, right? Like just like the tortoise, retreating in, reevaluating your situation, just extricating yourself from others, maybe a friend group or a social group that might be influencing the situation. Oh, you should talk to them. Don't talk to them. You should play it like this. You should say this. No, I don't think you should say. It's like there's too many people in the peanut gallery, and like you need space and time you need quiet. You need to gather your own thoughts. You need to meditate. You need to quiet the thoughts in order to get the downloads, in order to listen to what Spirit wants to say to you. It also looks super cozy in there. And, you know, this little tiny flame is emanating a massive amount of light in this depiction. Way more light than what would, you know, in the material world, what it would give off. It would not give off this level of brightness. So, you know, that's an indicator to me that this self-reflection, it will lead to an illumination for you regarding how to handle this issue, because this anatomical heart and these snakes seem pretty intertwined. Everything seems like a big old mess. It's kind of beautiful. But it's something that, you know, it's because I was looking at the gold in this, and Spirit was showing me, you know how sometimes when you have gold jewelry, like gold necklaces, and they're very fine jewelry, and you put them in a drawer and you just try to get them later, and then they start tangling with all the other jewelry, and then it's like you have to spend like half an hour just sitting there untangling just the chains, the cords, the gold. And sometimes, like, I find that sometimes I have to use like a tweezers to just, it's like that. There's a delicate integration. Why was that so difficult for me to say? I think I'm hungry. There's a delicate integration here. So it's not simply like, I just need to get the hell away from this person. It's not necessarily about that. Like, I don't necessarily think this is a bad person or anything, but you're just entangled. And maybe you have to find a way to work together, or you have to find, you know, this could be a spouse, could be a sibling that you're kind of beefing with right now. And instead of being the fire sign on the attack, be the fire that lights the way. That's your reading, fire signs. I hope you resonated with it. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be alerted as to when I post new readings. Bye.